The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Tennessee Volunteers. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Tennessee's offense will get the ball first. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college.
There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Looking downfield on first down. Finds a man on the left. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human, keep getting hits on. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
The Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Catch in the middle. It's small. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the direct snap, it's Wilcox. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off. And the Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Norman. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Vols, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Pressure coming. Snags it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Wildcats offense has its first opportunity of the day. And greeting them is a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. Those linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles, and it starts with them in this defense against the run, blitzing, against the pass. They're all over the field, Palmer.
Turning it on! Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. And the Wildcats want to pick up the tempo. Slithers into space. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Looking to throw, it's Ford. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Hauls it in. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Volunteers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Pulls it in. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. Breaks the tackle. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up deep.
Breaks into the open. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. And the Wildcats, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. The give out of the gun. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. The Wildcats in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Ford. Throws toward the end zone. He's got it! Touchdown, Wildcats!
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Making side adjustments here. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try the run. Sweet cut there. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Quick catch on 3rd down. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
That's reeled in. It's Francis. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Vols have their offense in high gear. Lost to throw again. Caught over the middle. It's Page. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Tight end getting vertical. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Touchdown, Vols! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And how about this play by the offense? First and goal from the 1-yard line. Everything says it's going to be a run. It's going to be a run. Nice job by the offense. A little sleight of hand, throwing the football, getting the touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Finds a tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Kentucky right back to the line. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them.
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. I think it's fair to say he didn't exactly have blazing speed on that one, but efficiently maneuvers his way into the end zone.
He had enough speed, Reese, to get into the end zone. That's what he had. That's all you need. You don't have to have the fastest 40 time in the world. Can you get in the end zone? Yes, he can.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, how many years did Florida State and Miami come down to the last second? And we had another notable matchup today. Florida State took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2013 Seminoles team led by Jameis Winston, Devontae Freeman, and Kelvin Benjamin would just steamroll teams. Always interesting to see top 5 teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Pocket breaking down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. Setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to...
He's loose on the left. What a play there, and he's got it all the way down to the 7-yard line. And the Volunteers look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver going in motion. He's looking to throw. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
To the air on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run or go over the top? Touchdown, Volunteers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score Tennessee 21, Kentucky 14.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Out of the gun, the running back has it. There he goes. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Looking for a man. It's Ford. Oh, they're after him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. From the gun, the give, looking for room. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. It's a draw. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Here's a heat. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Motion from the wideout. Give to the back. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. All the way back to the 15. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26.
And the Tennessee offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And he takes this from inside the 5. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need.
Turning it on! They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Kentucky going quickly.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking downfield, it's Ford. Rushes on him. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Finds his big tight end. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Looking downfield on first down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Kentucky! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough. So David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Wilcox. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Volunteers can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. He lets it fly. Makes the grab inside the 30. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Tennessee. And that one will give them the lead. Is there anything this dude can't do? He's channeling his inner Condridge Holloway, Heath Schuler, or dare I say, the great Peyton Manning.
I bet he can't lead the band, Reese. I bet he's not allowed to do that. He's having himself a day, but he's not there yet. But, man, putting up some stats, doing what he wants. This offense is absolutely cooking.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Kentucky right back to the line.
Yeah, and he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at second and short, second and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to him.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They'll try to power their way ahead. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got a man. It's small. And he just couldn't get started. Goes down behind the line of scrimmage, and they'll lose yardage on the completion. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
And the Vols will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Downfield and incomplete. think the defense holds.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on fourth down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over.
Oh, out of space. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. On this first and goal, let's see what Kentucky does. Now on the option. Stopped it. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And this one will be stopped for no gain. This defense didn't hang its head. They've stood tall after the big play. Third and goal coming. Ooh, big fella moving. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They've already gone for it a couple of times on fourth down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a third. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward if they're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
The Vols buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. RPO complete to open the drive. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Volunteers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls it in. It's Norman. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. You've got a third and manageable back up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. That's the 20. He's got space. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Small. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Pass interference penalty will cost the defense 15 and a first down for this offense. And the Vols are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll set up to throw. Oh, he wants it all. Makes the grab down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Vols!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
They'll go to the air. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period.
He's no good. That keeps the score. Tennessee 34, Kentucky 21.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Kentucky going quickly.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point in the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Trying play action. It's complete to the left. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Ford. On the run, fires downfield. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs.
You know, you just can't coach toughness in quarterbacks. This guy's been sacked multiple times in this one, and on that last play, he gets drilled again, but he delivers a strike. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be in an ice bath after the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Complete to the right. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. To the air on 1st down. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Now the play fake. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And as an offense, man, the last place you want to be is 3rd and long. And I think he's just got to put a little bit more mustard on that football. It comes up short. Got to step into it, throw that maybe a little bit harder. But this offense now in a different...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to NC State. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he's wrestled to the ground.
And you can't get it all back in one play, but I really like that second down, man. I mean, that's a big positive chunk. You sneak the run in. They weren't thinking about the run. They were thinking pass after that disaster of first down, what it was. So you kind of make this a little bit more manageable, easier play call now on third down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few. Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Out of the backfield, he's open. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Volunteer! Fitted in the window for the score. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. Looking to throw.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Wildcats want to crank the tempo.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Back to pass. It's Ford. A strike downfield. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wildcats! And for this receiver, hello, Viral.
Hello, Viral, and on free platform. Everywhere, you're going to see it in top plays. Not one, not two, not three. Just continuing to count the touchdowns. This guy's been balling.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense was confused, and the head coach uses a timeout. Powers through the defender. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Got him downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proven, like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early in the season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to point back to. Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive today.
The Vols will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now that I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.